Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Spike. Here we're going to talk about all things football. We're going to focus on this draft, the draft picks, who fits the best. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Mark. It's always
What is
us,
up?
and then
I know.
sometimes special guests of everybody else.
You're not lying there. You're not lying.
I apologize if we were 30 minutes late because it was my fault. I had some sick girls this morning, so it was terrible. But we're here. We're here.
Hey, speaking of guest appearances.
Oh, you got him.
So, Martin.
What's up, Martin? Oh man, guys.
Hope you're feeling better, man.
Martin will be back very soon, so I'm thrilled. So, if you want to see Martin, make sure you tune in on Wednesday. Dynasty Pylon, he should be there. It's gonna be good. Yeah. See. Nice haircut, Mark. See, that's my first thing I
Thanks,
said
Anthony.
when you came on. So, oh man, you look good, man.
That's funny.
Now, it's time for Tank to get his game back. I need him to increase him. You know, you can't just be outshining that like that. It's good. That's good. I like it.
You know
right.
where I had, you know.
That's true. That is true. All right, so I was looking at all these picks. And I want to know who do you think is the best fit from any team? So actually, let me cheat. I'm going to put me first because I think the best pick for me, it makes the most sense, is still Rome Odunze with Chicago Bears. I love Rome Odunze. I think he fits where I think he makes the wide receiver staff so much better. Like their position group is now a top 3, if I dare 4 at the least position group. I think it's a huge value, because he could have gone way up. In any other year, he would have been the number 1 wide receiver. Caleb Williams has been working out with him for whatever. He had 1,600 yards, and the potential for this offense being great is so high. So of course, my homer pick is Rome Odunze, and of course it's not going to be Caleb Williams because I'm a little bit hater.
I know. I was like, wait, is he good? Oh, okay, no, Rome Odunze. Okay.
Brian being a homer, not surprised. Superly.
I mean, I could be a homer and be like Jaden Daniels just because
I love
our offensive line isn't good and he can move out of the pocket. But I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Marvin Harrison to the Cardinals. I think that is like what they've needed, a receiver that Kyler can see. None of these, 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" guys. They got a big body, a guy who has a pedigree. His dad was a Hall of Famer for the Colts. And now he's striving to be as good as both him and Larry. I'm like, okay, good luck with that.
Exactly. Going to the team, Larry Fitzgerald. So you have that guy already there.
Right.
You're going to be the number one guy. You have a quarterback. So despite what you say about Kyler Murray, can throw the damn ball. There's no question. You saw how good he was when we had Deshaun there. Like, he is good. And you're giving a big guy with it. I think that's a huge, great pick, and they made the right decision. And he's probably the best player in the entire draft.
Oh, I agree. Like I kept saying, like even if Malik Neighbors was close, I'm still gonna go with the guy who's 6'4", 6'3", and I guess he's not even quite 6'4", but
6'3", and I think it was 5'8".
Yeah, 5'8". Yeah. So I'm like, I'll still go with that over Malik Neighbors, who's only 5'11".
Yeah, they said 6 feet in cleats.
Yeah, 6 feet in cleats. Yep.
What's up with Marvin Harrison Jr. not signing the NFLPA deal, but then signing a deal with Fanatics?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a very weird situation. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if maybe it was just like an oversight and he just hasn't got around to doing it yet. I'm sure eventually he will.
I think that he has a reason behind it. he has someone in his corner that definitely, it's got guys back. Okay.
His dad.
Yeah, his dad. So we talking favorite pick. I think it's the best. The best.
I think we're talking about like best fits.
Yeah. It's like my next person is going to be someone who I think I do not have high on my board at all, but I think he fits very well. Xavier Worthy, the wide receiver.
Oh, yep. I had him too. Yep.
Dude, that fits so very well.
Oh, I agree.
I'm like, so you put the dude who's the fastest, he ran the fastest in the combine, one of the fastest people coming out of college football, in a place where they've been missing Tyreek Hill. And
I feel like this is their third time though drafting this type of receiver.
Yeah, but I
Sky Moore, Rashee Rice.
Well, I mean, Rashee Rice didn't mess. I mean, his problem, he likes speed too much.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, I do think Worthy could be better than both of those two guys. Though.
I think so too. I think moving up 4 spots was very surprising, but I think for them it might be worth more.
Because Worthy's route tree is already far and above what those two are.
Exactly.
And that's what big thing I heard about him too, like from the combine and stuff. They're like, "Oh, this guy can run routes. Like he's not just fast; he can run routes."
And he came from a good system too, Texas. I think that was a good pro system that's going to translate to
Casian or whatever. Yeah, Texas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that works. And then give him Andy Reid another toy, and then Patrick Mahomes, a guy who could throw the ball to anybody. I really think that makes so much sense.
And then they re-signed Kelsey, so you got that taken care of.
Exactly. So you don't have to worry about next.
Get Worthy 1-on-1. He's gonna blow past them every time. Just about anybody in the NFL.
I mean, especially with Rashee Rice probably being going, I think half the season. I think he gets
minimum. Yeah. Like it could have been a lot better, but the fact that he left, I think, really hurt him.
Oh yeah, no. If he would have stayed there, I think he would have got a slap on the wrist. He might not
on the wrist, maybe a fine for a couple games, but like
I don't think they even got suspended. I think they would have just fined him.
Yep. But no, you had to go and just leave like an idiot.
Oh no, I messed up. Let me run. No,
right, not just run, but like on camera. Dude's like, "Hey, you guys okay? Where are you going? You guys just go leave?" They just walk away. I was like, "Bro, at that point, you should just stay."
No, I was just going to get I left my wallet. I was just checking to see my wallet. I'm coming
I left my wallet in my other Lambo. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Anthony says, I like verse to the Rams. Rebuild that defense. Rebuild that defense. I think verse to the Rams that makes sense. Especially losing Aaron Donald. You need it. You lost Aaron Donald.
They got like 3 people on that defense, didn't they?
Yep. The Rams would look really, really hard for that defense. They're like, look, we got to do that.
Yeah, because they got verse, a tackle, and a corner / safety. I think. Yeah, they were like, we got to rebuild this defense. Well, not like they really needed anything on offense.
No, I mean, you need
other than maybe a successor to than a successor, but they got Jimmy G. They're fine.
Yeah. If Jimmy G is your answer, I don't know what the question is. Who's the most handsome guy? Like they got the most handsome QB room, I guess. But that's about it.
And then Martin over here. Oh, I guess we both clicked on it again. Best fit for me was Tyler Guyton. The favorite pick for me was Dallas Turner.
Okay, I like Dallas Turner.
I like Dallas Turner.
Getting him that well, kind of Guyton. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They needed him.
I don't know if that's what my favorite fit is, but I understand what you're saying. Honestly, another guy that I really, really like. I thought what Pittsburgh did with Zach Frazier, getting the center in front of those 2 guys, those 2 quarterbacks they brought in. With the left tackle, I thought that was just an amazing job, a great fit. And
they got a center, a tackle, and a guard, didn't they?
So the center, they already got a tackle out there. They would have got a left tackle now. Like they have rebuilt that line in such a great way. I think that it was so well, so smart. The scouting on them, because when you want a center, you want a guy who's great in small spaces, right? So like guys who are like college, high school and college wrestlers, those are always usually your best centers that are unbelievable athletes, able to move and able to fight. And I think that Zach Frazier hits all those things. And I think that's a really good fit for Steelers, who just have been awful at offensive line recently. And yeah, it's great. I like Coleman to the Bills.
They should have traded up for a better one. I mean, they could have just gotten Worthy instead of letting the Chiefs have him.
Will that come back to bite them?
Possibly. Oh no! Wait, they just signed Chase Claypool. They're creators.
I was like, wow, Chase already got a job.
Oh, he goes, I hate when Brian leaves his phone on his desk. I was wondering what that noise was.
Actually, it wasn't even my phone, but you're right. Okay. And I don't have a desk. Thank you very much. I have 2 trays.
So even now, I'm not on the show, but I'm looking around my desk looking for my phone.
If you're at your desk, okay.
Oh my God! Do you see the latest thing that this kid did? He might be my favorite receiver.
Yes.
So, what do you like to do on your days off? I like to play golf. Golf? Oh, I'm not Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger. Wish I could.
I wish I could.
Bro, this kid is like gold, man. He just does it so effortlessly. Like he's not even trying to be funny. He's just the way he is.
Yep. Like I'm surprised that
like Bills need to be on Hard Knocks. Just put the cameras on him.
That's funny that you're saying that. Who do you think is going to be chosen for Hard Knocks?
That's a great question. Who should be chosen?
I think it's the Chicago Bears. I think 100% is going to be Chicago Bears.
Could be Chicago. That would be interesting. I could see it. I know we can't because it's first year at Dan Quinn. Unless it's just first year in general. I thought it was first year with the team, though.
I think it's first year with a new coach that you don't have to worry about. Oh, that's really good, Anthony. I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks Pittsburgh. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've been seeing this everywhere, by the way.
Yeah.
Like a lot of experts telling like Ben Sinnott's going to be the next Sam Laporta, and I was like,
what? But I think Sam Laporta went to a team that was so good that needed a tight end that was the missing piece. I don't know if you got the same with Ben.
Well, I think we kind of got it all wrong because I kind of rewatched some of his film and stuff, and I think we got him because he could be like Kittle.
In line.
Blocker, very physical, can still catch. A lot of people said he's going to be our Juice, like Juicek. But I was like, I found out to do 6'8". And I was like, I don't know if we're going to line up a 6'8" guy at fullback, but I mean, who knows?
Do you know how hard it is to get out of your stance?
Yeah,
that's what fullback at tight end.
Can you imagine being down here and you're like, okay, I got to go way up here now. I was like, bro, is 6'8"? Good Lord. I had no idea. I was like, okay, I think I like Vincent out a lot more. Finding some stuff out about him.
But dude, especially if you're
hockey clips of him just laying people out.
You need to rebuild your line. That's a great pick for that,
Maybe we can just line him up to left tackle, 6'8" might be able to do it.
I think they're doing
that's right. They're doing division.
No, that's in season. I believe they're doing the division.
Is it? Oh no, I think you're right. I think that is in season.
In season, they're doing a division. The Hard Knocks is like camp and all that stuff. It's still going to be one team.
How many years now before they're like, all right, now we're gonna flip the coin to see which conference gets it, and then like 5 more years after that, like, all right, just every NFL team, we're doing them all.
I actually think that Hard Knocks is going to be gone soon.
Really?
Yeah, I think all the owners don't like it.
Oh, they like the inside,
Yeah.
the ins and outs being shown.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that too about a whole division.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it is in season though.
It's only in season. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first part where they do like the preseason stuff is still going to be one team.
Exactly. So I mean, I think the top three is like the Bears, the Broncos, and the Saints are the three that might get forced to do it,
Right.
unless someone says that, yes, that I'm going to do it. Yeah, exactly. Bears, Saints could be forced to do Hard Knocks training camp.
Oh, yes, right, because there's the ones who haven't been up in a while.
Yep. And the Bears are totally against it, and they have their own thing that they do on their own network. So they don't want it to do Hard Knocks, but the NFL is gonna be like, tough cookies, bro. We let you get Caleb Williams.
You signed to do a contract in the NFL, yeah.
Did you cash a check?
Cameras are showing up on the first training camp, guys.
And the thing about Hard Knocks is that your staff can see it beforehand, and they can veto certain things. So it's not like it's this huge thing. So
right. Yeah, it's not like anything's going to go out there that they don't want to go out there.
Exactly. If you want to stop it, then you can stop it.
But you got to put something out there. You can't just.
So if owners approve, it's the new rule. The new rule is teams will only be able to avoid the offseason Hard Knocks production if one, they participated in the last 8 years, if they have a first-year head coach.
See, that's why we can't be on there.
Or participate in the in-season Hard Knocks show in the current season or next season. Ooh. So what's good for that is so if they decide to do the MC North, the Bears are not going to do the
Now you're cooking, Anthony. Now you're cooking.
I'll pay for a Hard Knocks Texans.
I'll take Texans as well. I think the Miko Ryans has some charisma, and then you got obviously CJ.
It's one reason and one reason only. I would want the Texans.
CJ? No.
Someone to happen this trade this offseason?
Oh, Stephon Diggs to see how.
I want to see Stephon Diggs burn it to the ground. That's what I see.
I don't think you'll see that though, because like you just said, they're not going to let that air.
If
he's going to be on his best behavior.
If they want to get rid of him, they'll let him do whatever he's doing, and then they can just go.
He'll do like what he did with the Bills. He'll be on his good behavior for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then after like a year and a half of maybe not being the main guy, he'll start being vocal, and then he'll start.
I don't know, man. It depends on who's.
Once he's learned his lesson and is like, if I keep doing this, I'm not going to be in the NFL much longer.
My words, the Texans have two guys that could be number one guys. How Stephon Diggs would be being the third guy.
I was going to say, two guys not named Stephon Diggs who could be the number one guy.
Exactly.
And we all know Stephon can be the number one guy.
Oh man, even though I will say Tank Dell did get shot, so I don't know.
Tank Dell did get shot. I say that too. Apparently, it wasn't bad. It wasn't.
It says a flesh wound. Yeah. I mean, your guy got shot, so I mean, he came back and was running the ball like nothing ever happened.
Like his knee worked on after getting shot. So,
man.
But yeah, that was crazy. Imagine just hanging out in the club and all of a sudden you're like, "What's going on?" Boom, boom, boom. Ah.
I think we're missing the bus on who's the best fit for overall. I think it's the Eagles with both their cornerbacks.
You said that, and that's who I immediately thought of. But I was like, I'm gonna try to not say them at all costs here. But it's like I hate giving the Eagles props. But not only is it the best fit, but it's two guys that they wanted, and it was two guys they thought they were gonna have to choose between,
and they got both.
One guy they thought they were going to have to trade up to get.
They got Keegan Mitchell and Deshaun. Like, what? Oh, man. I don't know how. Like, the best team in the division got better without trading up.
And without getting anybody from Georgia. It's insane.
Oh, exactly. They said, no, we staying with that. We're out of that. But I mean,
like, man, you got Mitchell, you got
put Keegan Mitchell out there, and they put Deshaun and
you were like, we fixed our safety, we fixed our corner, You're like Gardner Johnson and Darius Slay. You guys can go. You're good. We don't need
Exactly.
you.
We're better. We're better, younger, and as long as they understand the system, they're good
nuts.
for more years now.
I'm like, it's just so annoying. I hate it. And then they extended AJ.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, you want to trade AJ?
Yeah, everyone was like,
He's
AJ's gone. He's not going to make it to the offseason. And then they're like, 3 more years.
Yeah. They extended both their star wide receivers. we're gonna keep both of them.
Hey,
what up, B?
Well, thanks for the like. Appreciate it.
Definitely, B. Awesome. You're awesome, man.
Hard Knocks Bills. Second episode, Diggs gets traded.
Oh man, didn't he hear about that like on the news?
No, that was Josh Allen.
Oh, okay.
Josh Allen was not informed. He was informed at the beginning of the offseason that it could be a possibility, but when everything came together, they just didn't tell him. Every time Washington was on the clock, I'm screaming draft Cooper DeJean. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think he's going to be a great safety, honestly. Or a great safety or a nickel corner.
It's actually funny that he says that because I'm pretty sure the Eagles traded with us to get Cooper DeJean.
Yes, they did.
I was going to say.
I was like,
I'm pretty sure it was our 40th pick. It was your pick. It was the 40th pick, and we traded back 2 seconds to let the Eagles get Cooper DeJean.
Isn't that funny though? Like, there's no other team that would do like. We will never trade with Green Bay.
See, Montez Sweat netted us 2 second-round picks now.
I guess, yeah.
We got Stennett and the cornerback from Michigan.
And you know what he did for us?
For Montez Sweat.
He made us a great defense. So I thank you. You can take your second round picks.
Still have no 3 technique, and we got 4.
Hey, I'll take my great defensive end for the next 4 years. That's going to be.
I just remembered we have that other kid from Alabama. We have 3 defensive tackles from Alabama on our team. That's insane.
It's almost like you could play none of them because you already had defensive tackles. So I don't.
Well, I'm telling you, we're gonna do a 3-4, and they'll rotate in a 4-man thing on the line. I'm sure.
I don't see 2 of your guys are never going to come off the field.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, so they're going to rotate one guy.
They're going to rotate Mathis and the new guy we just got, Johnson. No, I cannot think of his name now. I know his first name is like Jizwan or something like that.
Yeah. I can't think of what his name.
I want to say Sutton, but that doesn't seem right. Your guy from Illinois. You should know who he is.
It's Johnny.
Newton.
Newton. I'm losing his last name.
I said Sutton, and then you said Johnny, and I Newton. That's it. Yeah.
So I think Johnny works.
I don't know. I was kind of like, I like the pick. I like the guy. I know he's gonna be a beast, but I was just like,
no, I don't understand it though. If you got Johnny Newton, who's going to play,
I get the value.
You have to trade one of your
first round pick, and you got him like in the middle of the second. Like I understand all that,
but no, then you need to trade one of your tackles. Then why do you not?
McCaffrey's brother, and I'm like, well, we don't need these positions.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take McCaffrey's brother. Don't get me wrong.
Unless you're trying to get rid of the old guard. In a surprising cut, Jonathan Allen gets cut.
Okay, we're not going to just cut one of those guys. Come on now.
You don't got to pay him.
If anything, my GM is on the phone with Khan going, so how do you take advantage of the Bears? Give me some tips. All right, Bears, I got an offer for you.
That's so funny. Like we said at House Hall, they don't even allow Pittsburgh area codes to come in for the phone. Like, nope, there's a block for everyone in Pittsburgh. No, we don't want anything coming
out. Classes on how to fleece the Bears. All right, so what you're gonna do is
no, I think we're okay with the rest of the NFL. But if Khan calls, he's a con man. No, stop. Just stop. Whatever you're doing. We'll give you a 7th round pick. All we want is Montez Sweat. We'll take Montez Sweat off your hands. And then all of a sudden, Post is like, man, maybe I should. If that's what the NFL thinks, maybe I should do this. You know?
Should we do Should we do a little reverse? Can we go who the worst pick /
Oh,
fits
most
are?
definitely. And there's no question. But exactly what Anthony says is the top of my list, 100%. Malik Neighbors is the worst pick of a good player of the wrong team. Malik Neighbors, I don't know if I want to. I would draft him fantasy wise. Like if I was in your position when I had like 6 and 7 or 7 and 8, whatever one you have, I don't know if I would take Malik Neighbors.
I was saying that when all the mock drafts came out and had the Giants taking Malik Neighbors. And I was like, if Malik Neighbors goes to the Giants, I am not taking him. I have no idea who's throwing him the ball, and I have no idea who's protecting the person throwing that ball.
Exactly.
I mean, I just saw an article the other day that said Drew Lock has a legitimate chance to be QB1 in New York.
No. I'm going to tell you, Drew Lock will start the season. He will start.
I was like, good Lord. And to be fair, both Brandon and I were talking. Like, I actually kind of didn't mind Drew Lock coming out. I thought he had potential, but I mean, he obviously couldn't put it together, and his many chances in Denver never got. Well, he was going to be the QB1 in Seattle until he got hurt.
Yep.
And then
he played well.
Gino was like, "Sit down, man. You're not getting this."
But last year when he got to play, he looked good. He looked really good. That's why I'm.
That's what I said. He has potential, and I liked him coming out.
But
like I said, I don't know.
For him?
But then again, Denver, he doesn't really. Huh?
He's a statue. Who's going to block for him?
Yeah. Well, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. And if he's a statue in New York, he's going to die.
Exactly. Like you're going to break a leg or something like that.
I mean, that offensive line, like we keep saying, is a turnstile.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like
they didn't do anything for the offensive line in the draft or free agency. So
eventually, I feel like they're going to have to go back. They can't do anything with that team. Like you need someone who can move.
Like I get that you don't have very many weapons, but at the same time, like for me, and I know you said it, I know Martin said it, the foundation of almost every great team in the NFL starts in the trenches.
Exactly.
I'm the Giants and I have the 6th pick. I'm trading back. I'm going to trade back. I'm going to get a bunch more assets because obviously I know the defense is almost there. But their defense is not bad, especially rushing with Thibodeau and freaking Burns.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah, that's going to be nuts. But I'm going to trade back. I'm going to get a tackle. I'm going to bring more assets on offense this way by trading back. Like you could have traded with Minnesota, you gotten 2 first-round picks, and you could have gotten a tackle and one of those receivers that were left. You could have gotten Adonis Mitchell. You could have gotten, and honestly, I think if you had done that, they might have been better than what Malik Neighbors might put up this year.
No, honestly, you know what?
Not to take away from Malik Neighbors, but
I think that the Giants are betting that Evan Neal is going to be better at right tackle. All right. They signed John Runyon to try to get John Michael Schmidt some stability. So the right side of the line, I feel like it's going to be fine with Schmidt, Runyon, Neal, right? The left side of their line is going to be god awful. I mean, just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Thomas is not a real left tackle. So I don't know why they have him there. And then what's the guard, Steeney or something like that. They're going to be awful. So you have to figure out what the hell you're going to do on the left side.
Evan Neal's still there?
Yeah, Evan Neal is going to play right tackle.
And he's a turnstile. He's the worst.
He just can't move his feet.
I feel like the only decent offensive line they have is the center.
No, he's I can't. And Runyon's good too.
I can't do this by myself.
they signed John Runyon to a 3-year, $30 million.
They got John Runyon? Oh,
yes.
I didn't realize they got John Runyon. Okay, so they did help the offensive line a little bit.
Yeah, so Runyon at guard, Schmidt at center, we're okay. That's it. Yeah, they just need tackle help.
You run him through that gap, you might get some yardage. But
exactly.
Everything else.
Oof. I said Evan Neal can't pass block, but I feel like he can run block.
Yeah.
So, so you can run to the right. The problem with that is you're running back. Eric Gray might end up starting at running back behind Singletary because Singletary is going to be hurt.
Oh yeah, that's true. They don't have a running back either. Singletary went to the Giants.
Yep.
I was like, that's right. They lost Barkley. They don't have a running back.
Exactly.
They're not going to have much of a running game to take off the pressure of the pass. It's just horrible.
No, it's just a
The
cluster.
offense is going to be
cluster.
awful. Dayball, I know you're a good offensive mind, but even you are going to have issues with this offense this year.
I think they're going to see it in preseason that Drew Lock has an arm, and they're going to want to start him, and he's going to get hurt game 3, and Daniel Jones is going to have to come back. And it's going to ruin their season.
I've already seen mock drafts where the Giants trade up with the Panthers for the number 1 pick. Take a QB.
But then it's the worst year to take a QB, isn't it?
Sanders, he's there.
Shedeur
That might be the one they need. That's not who they have. That's not who they have him taking, but they have him taking the kid from Georgia.
I don't like that at all.
I think out of everybody coming out, it's him. There's 3 of them: Georgia, Ewer, and then Sanders.
Yeah,
and they all go in the top. I have the Raiders. They had the Raiders taking Sanders.
I can see that.
They have the Giants taking the kid from
Georgia,
and then one more QB needy team. What's the other one? There's one more. Is there someone else who might need a QB? I can't remember.
Anyone with Ewers, I think is going to be a good quality starting quarterback. I thought if he came out this year, he was probably going to be at the edge of the end of the first round, beginning of the second round type of QB.
Now, going into this year is probably a smart. I mean, it sucks for the Arch Manning fans, but for him, though, if he has a good year, he could skyrocket possibly the number 1 overall pick. So
I would almost be afraid to do it. I don't know if you really looked at what happened to Arch Manning this spring game. The dude was amazing.
Oh, he was.
He was off the charts great.
and that's what we were expecting.
But it's weird when you have Quinn Ewers in front of him because you're not going to stop him, right? You're not going to you'll bench him. But when you have someone that good, do you do Alabama?
You know what I'm saying? That's the guy from Georgia, right?
Yeah, Carson Beck. Yeah,
220. I could see him going number 1 overall.
Could you see that Arch Manning maybe doing a Tua?
Mm-hmm.
To Quinn Ewers, who is a legitimate top 7 quarterback, a top 7 pick. Can they pull Ewers at all? Because I think Arch Manning has a
better. Ewers is Hurts.
Exactly. As I'm saying, Ewers becomes Hurts.
Arch will be Tua, and they're like, all right, Hurts, you got to come to the bench or put an Arch in. I mean, it depends. I mean, if Ewers comes out and he comes out flat, he's not going to be the starter for long.
But that's crazy to say something about he might be the number 1 quarterback going into the draft. Like,
I'll say if he has a good year.
Yeah, but he has to literally continue to have a good year because people are going to be seeing Arch Manning in practice.
I think Carson Beck will probably have the best year out of all these quarterbacks.
Oh, I think Sanders has an opportunity.
Well, Sanders too, but
even though I wouldn't pick him first, not me.
No, I think Sanders will be in the 6, 7, 8 range.
Yeah, I can see that. And then he ends up getting pushed to the top of the round because this is what it is.
I think Carson Beck's too much of your prototypical pro QB. Like I said, he's 6'4", 220.
Yeah.
Plays in a pro style offense in Georgia.
When you're creating a player, that's exactly what you'll put in there. 6'4", 220.
Right.
Laser rocket arm. Yeah. Dak is the only hot QB that's going to be a free agent next year. I hope Giants are ready to get Justin Fields. I'll put it like this. If the Giants have to go back, and I can see the Giants calling the Steelers if the Steelers are having a good season and asking for Justin Fields. Trading a pick for Justin Fields. During the season, I can see them. The Bears traded Justin Fields for a 6th-round pick. Watch the Steelers get a 3rd-round pick for Justin Fields during the year. Watch.
I don't know. I think they might re-sign him.
They just didn't want to.
They just didn't want to pay him $25 million.
I know they will want to, but I also think that if you have the answer already, if Russell Wilson's having a good year, you're not going to hold on to that asset knowing that Russ Wilson's probably you can re-sign him again.
Right.
But if you can get you spend a 6th round pick for Justin
Russell,
Fields, and you can
Russell
make
ends
it
up
turn
in
into
New
a
York.
3rd round pick.
Russell ends up in New York next year.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Anthony, really like your profile picture there.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you definitely do. You definitely.
I just noticed that right now. I was like, oh wait, that's an Oriole on a trade. Heck yeah. Let's go O's.
Oh man,
We'll see him in Chicago Memorial Day weekend. I'm excited.
Yes.
Tyler's gonna be there. Tank's gonna be there. I know you guys don't know who Tank is, but
I know. I was telling him about that. I was like, man, no one even knows who you are anymore, man. Come on,
I know. I feel like a lot of people are newer. And he hasn't been on very often, so a lot of people. If he pops back on, people will be like, "Who's this guy?"
It's like, he's the leader, guys.
He is the leader, though. Wouldn't be here without him.
Oh man.
Any other work picks, fits?
Yeah. Anyone else that I just thought it was terrible? Is Atlanta on your? It's Michael Penix Jr. on your list? Either one.
Okay, so their 2nd round pick more so, I think, than Michael Penix.
Okay.
Especially when, like you said, Johnny Newton's right there.
Yep.
And they're like, we don't want that guy. This guy was supposed to be a 1st rounder. We'll take this guy who was supposed to be a 3rd rounder instead.
This is what we do here. I agree with that.
I don't know. I mean, as far as fits, I'm 100. Maybe was their guy. They're like, oh, this guy fits our scheme better. I don't know. But as far as picks go, I was like,
they need pressure on the QB, and they did nothing.
Right. And there was people there.
If they get pressure on the QB,
high 2nd round pick.
If they get pressure on the QB, all of a sudden
they traded up for.
I don't understand what's going on.
They traded up to get a guy who was supposed to go in the 3rd round. Like, you could have just stayed where you were. Probably would have been there. Meanwhile, Washington was like, thank you. They were legit. When that trade went through, they literally thought they lost Newton.
I don't understand.
Oh, no, they traded up to get Newton. Because they were like, that's the only thing they could think of as to why they traded up. And then they said defensive tackle, and they're like, oh, no, that's not. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Especially after how mind-boggling the night before was. You would think, all right, we got to knock this 2nd round pick out of the park to try to make sure that people do know we know what we're doing. And then
we have a 1st round available guy who was a 1st rounder, great as a 1st rounder. If we get that guy along with what happened, what we did with first year.
You think our 1st round pick was bad? Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Exactly.
And everyone was just like, what? They're like, this guy was like hot, like very low 2nd round at best, but most likely a 3rd rounder. And they're like,
yeah, and you could have traded back up, but you didn't need him because you had a better guy there already.
And they were like, no, we're going to take him with our high 2nd round pick because, that's who we are.
I know Kirk Cousins is going like this. What's going on?
Kirk Cousins is like, am I in Green Bay right now? Am I getting punked? Aaron Rodgers is just like calling Kirk Cousins, man, here, I'll help you get through it. We're going to take some ayahuasca. And this is why I do drugs, because of moments like this.
And Kirk Cousins is like, how much drugs cost? How much money? I gotta find a cheap guy.
Oh no, yeah.
Is there a Kohl's for drug guys?
I gotta get the cheap stuff. I gotta.
It's just
I don't know. Yeah, the Falcons, man.
It's
so crazy. Mark's is laughing. You know that's true. They were on the pinnacle of being like super good, and now I'm like,
if you would have told me that they got
Dallas Turner
in the 1st round, and in the 2nd round got Johnny Newton, I will tell you that this team could be a dark horse Super Bowl team.
Right.
That's what I would say. With the moves they made at wide receiver, what they already have in running back, what they did at quarterback, their line is already good. and now they upgraded their defense, and the pressure is going to be on the quarterback now, I would say this is a dark horse Super Bowl team. And what they've done now, I think they have a possibility of being good at quarterback for a longer period of time, but they didn't really upgrade anything on their defense.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And they win the division, but maybe only by a game. Yeah. I think
or does cousin Rush's return from his Achilles injury
get hurt
and like re-hurt it or tear an ACL, because that's very common.
Yeah,
coming back from the Achilles,
which would be amazing because then they look like they're geniuses,
right?
And Penix comes in and does a job and takes it to the playoffs and wins a game. Then everything we said is thrown out the window. Atlanta looks like geniuses, and everything. The new era starts, even though they just wasted all that money.
Right.
Either way it is, I don't think that's either a great pick or a bad pick. I think it's in the middle, no matter what. But one pick that I thought that was a really good fit was Terry Arnold going to Detroit.
Oh, not just that, but their first two picks were corners.
But you
like
got
how? And again, another one where you're going
the best
corner in the entire draft, and they got him at the end of the first round.
Exactly.
Like, what is that? Like, I mean, it makes sense because the first defensive player didn't go until 15.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuts. And then even after that, it took another until the Vikings at 17 to get
another one.
And then you look at the first person who went. I don't think anybody had money on the edge rusher out of UCLA be the first.
Yeah, late two lots of yeah. They're like, really? Indianapolis went there?
Like okay. You could have had Dallas Turner.
Yeah. And especially with a guy who, you really have to be able to sign off on his medicals.
Well, I saw an interview with the GM because I was watching the Pat McAfee one, and he's got the ends with the Colts, obviously. And he said that it had been 2 years since his last neck injury, and they looked at the medicals, and their staff said he was 100% okay. So they had no injury fears taking him. So that's still Brady with you.
Oh, that's what I mean. I like that too. I like this one. Jordan Travis would be a good pick for the Jets. Sit him and let him learn from Rodgers.
Right.
I don't know if Jordan Travis is talented enough. And that learning from Rodgers, I don't think they fit together.
Yeah.
And that's my issue.
I know Jordan Love never had any bad things really to say about Aaron Rodgers publicly.
Exactly.
But I don't know, Rodgers never really gave the vibe off to me as like, oh, I'll sit down and mentor you.
If Jordan Travis is able to sit there and just learn and soak in a lot of the knowledge, it could be a good pick. But I don't know. He doesn't play like Aaron Rodgers, If he wants to break down his throwing motions and doing all those things, I think that would be a good fit. But he just doesn't play the same way. So I don't know. I don't know about that. When did he break his leg? Was that in November? I think it was November that he broke his leg.
Yes.
So he should be ready for camp coming in because rookie camp starts next week. It was
right before the ACC championship game.
So let's say it takes a full 5 months to really heal. So he should be ready right about now. Camp starts next week. He probably will be there on some restriction, going through all this stuff. And he doesn't have to get ready right now. He needs to just work on his November 18th. Okay, November 18th.
Yeah.
All he has to do is work on his throwing motion, learn from Aaron Rodgers, see what Aaron Rodgers is seeing, listen to him, and work there. But I don't know if he's the guy. But we'll see, I guess. And they fixed their offensive line, so that's a good thing with old guys.
Yeah, that actually shocked me. What was the one thing we said they weren't going to do? Go offensive line. What did they do? Go offensive line.
Because they figured, these guys are old.
Well, it made sense to me because I was like, well, Morgan Moses probably isn't I mean, I know they traded for him and he's serviceable, but I mean, I know he was on my team for like 5 years. I know he's got a limited ceiling, so
Yeah.
like he's serviceable. He could get the job done, but he's not gonna, do it all the time.
No, you're going to put a tight end over there a lot too.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just now realized this. Patriots over here pulling a Washington. I had no idea that they got Joe Milton.
Yeah, they got Joe Milton. Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, oh, see, we're confident in Drake May.
I know. And actually, I think that's actually a bad fit too.
Yeah, I don't like either of them being in. Both quarterbacks is not a good fit.
Yep.
I mean, New England probably thinking to themselves, hey, we got our Josh Allen.
Yeah. But they don't have the scheme or the stuff around it to make it work. And I thought it would have been smarter for them to trade back.
What's up, Ramondre Stevenson? Who else do they have for running back? Is that it?
Yeah. So, and Ramondre, I think the over-under is week 3 for him to be hurt.
Yeah, I was going to say, we know he's going to get hurt, so good luck, Drake May.
Exactly. I hope it works out for you.
And again, they don't have very much in the offensive weapon department. Dang, bro, you're just getting off a broken leg. You don't got to be mean to the guy.
That was bogus, man. He sucks. I just don't think he's a good fit. I don't think he's an Aaron Rodgers type of quarterback. I don't know if he reads the defense like that at all. I don't know if his throwing angles are great. I don't know.
Oh, so nobody. Okay. I think if there's one thing we know, Martin, it's that you don't give a F. Okay.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, that's obvious.
Trust us. We're aware.
You know what's funny though? Like, New England still didn't really get that much better at wide receiver either.
No, they were criticized for their receiver pick, weren't they?
And I guess that's okay because Drake May's not going to start.
I think it's Jacoby.
Yeah, Jacoby's going to start 100%.
Yeah.
And you teach Drake May and go real slow with him.
Maybe bring in some weapons next offseason.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, Drake. You cut the keys now. And then Jacoby's like, "Why did I ever get a new weapon?" Well, he does have a weapon. When he goes out there for us, he can freaking hit Terry McLaurin like no other.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Making Sam Howell out there struggling to get the ball to Terry McLaurin. Friggin' Jacoby Brissett gets in there, deep ball, touchdown, Terry McLaurin. Like,
it's this easy. All you gotta do is throw the ball up. He runs under it.
Right? You're not wrong.
Yeah. What do you think?
Offensive lineman to make Zeke look good again.
I was gonna say, what do you think about the Zeke going back to Dallas?
Well, they had to get somebody because they certainly didn't take one in the draft.
What's Jerry Jones doing?
Trading back in the first round, like them and the Bills both head scratchers for trading back.
I don't mind the Bills because they still got the guy they probably wanted anyway. And what they're doing is we forget their entire offensive line is gone, right?
It is.
Yeah, they have to address everything in the draft. So that all they had to just draft as many people as they could.
So you're just saying they needed assets, so they just
exactly. No matter what. I think they just in as I said, Josh, this is gonna be Josh Allen's year to win the MVP because he's just going to beat everything. He's the offense, he's everything. Everything's gonna be relied upon him. And he's probably gonna be able to do it for most of the season. And if he doesn't get hurt, he's probably gonna win the MVP. I don't know if they win a lot of games, but I can see them win 8 or 9 games by him, just with them.
Yeah, Dallas was a head scratcher. I'm like, I get it. Martin's getting old, and he's the only decent person you have left. You lost your center, you lost your right tackle, you lost your left tackle. I get it.
All you gotta do is not replace them. You're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't replace them. We'll be all right. And then they tell hey Dak, go out there and win us some games. But I have no line. Always complaining about line and stuff.
So is that what that's why they did it? They're like, okay, we're gonna get you an offensive line, and if you still can't do it, what's your excuse now?
Said Martin. All righty, guys. I gotta go. Have a good Sunday. Hey,
you, man.
you
Hey, we're
gotta do
not
the
too far
same.
behind.
Have
We're
fun,
not
man.
too far behind.
That's awesome. What do you think gonna be some headlines we got for the NFL going into the season? And how long? And we're supposed to be getting schedules this week, right? By the end of the week, we're gonna be getting some schedules coming out. That's what I heard at least.
Oh, it is about time for the schedules. Usually May. That'd be good. Figure out when you're coming over here to see the Texans. And you don't want to go to the Chicago game.
Yeah, I'm not going to Chicago. But
You're
I don't know, man.
Money, you're giving the Colts money.
You know what? I told Tank that I was like, you know what? I say this, but by the time we go to Memorial Day, I'm like, yeah, let's just buy these tickets for the Chicago game.
All right.
I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to give the money to Tank and have him buy them.
You're like, I didn't give my money to the Bears. I gave it to you.
Exactly.
What
you do with that money?
Yeah,
it's
right.
Whatever.
Yeah, what you do with that money, that's on you.
Exactly. There you
funny.
go. So the rumor is May 9th, we're going to get our schedules coming out.
Yep. Sounds about right.
So that actually lines up very well for us. Thursday, we could talk about a lot of this stuff. Maybe we can even jump on and talk, who has the best schedule. And definitely Sunday, we'll be breaking down all the schedules. We already know the teams. We know who's going to be home and who's going to be away. We can start looking at the schedule and saying, all right, who's doing the best? Who has the best fit for them? Who has the best schedule going forward? Who's going to be a surprise team? And then by that time, I'm already starting to do his team breakdowns, and we can talk about who makes the playoffs in those schedules. So I think that's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, this all season always has something else. The NFL is always top of the headlines.
Right.
And,
that's why they do what they do. So they're like, yeah, it's off season, but we'll still be out there. Don't worry.
Exactly. We're still number one story.
Right. They make the draft this 3-day extravaganza. Smack
Is
dab
there
in the middle.
any reason why the first round is the only thing on day one? There's no reason.
In prime time. and then they're like, don't worry. And 2 weeks after that, we'll have the schedule release, and we'll make a big deal out of that.
Then rookie mini camp, and we're gonna do that, and then regular mini camp, and we're gonna continue to have storylines. By the time we have mini camp, we're already in July.
I was gonna say, I thought they already had strength of schedules out. But...
So they have the teams home and away who you're playing, but they don't have in what order you're gonna play them.
And Anthony, yes, they definitely needed a receiver.
Yes, I was gonna say,
they got a good one. So.
Yeah, they have to replace their receiver.
Well, they lost Calvin Ridley, and they brought in Gabe Davis, and I think we all know Martin's and Brian's opinion on Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis is good at the intangibles. It's just not being a star receiver.
He's good for one game in the span of 5.
and then the next game, he's just going to be a blocker for you. And the next game, he's going to get hurt. And then, that's just what it is.
But yeah, I thought I heard the Falcons had beat, but that's just because their division sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Because the rest of the division is so terrible. So
you already know the Norths are going to probably have the hardest schedule.
Because they got the best. The entire. I don't know what the hell we're going to do. The AFC and NFC North are just. Everyone's going to be except. I don't know. I think the Vikings could lose, but everybody else, I think, is just going to be a killer.
See, what you're experiencing is what I experience all the time. It's like, oh, we suck. Oh, but the rest of my division also sucks. And then it's like, oh, cool, we got better. And then you look around, you're like, crap, the rest of
the whole rest of the division got better.
The worst.
That's exactly it.
Now, granted, I mean, I'm not too worried about the Eagles. But it's like, I can't ever just have a good draft and then everyone else in my division not be good. No, the Eagles have to knock out their draft too.
This is exactly what we said, though. The Steelers, Browns, and Ravens are all there, right? Then we got Houston and Tennessee.
So their division. With the third pick, and then you have the hardest schedule.
Oh, man. That's terrible.
Sure is.
But Patriots, you understand, because Miami's really, really good. Bills still have Josh Allen.
Jets. If
Jets got Aaron Rodgers coming back.
More than 3 snaps.
So like all that makes sense that the Patriots are terrible. So you have no talent going against all those teams. That's tough.
Do you think, you know what? I'm calling it right now. At the end of this season, it's a battle between the Jets and the Dolphins for the division.
I think the Jets run away with it.
Oh. See, I almost said the Jets would win it, but I was like, well, the Dolphins aren't exactly what I call that.
I think the Dolphins win 10 to 11 games. I think the Jets are going to win 12. So they're going to win. I can see them winning by 2.
Hey, there you go. Third easiest. Look at you.
But it's only because we're terrible and we're playing a terrible division.
Oh, Jets have the 4th easiest. They're running away with it.
I think they will. And they'll beat Miami.
Rodgers healthy. They'll run away with it. See, I should have just stuck with my guns and said the Jets won it. I was literally going to be like, bold prediction right now. The Jets take the division. And then I was like, the Dolphins still. So I'll just say, it'll come down to the Jets and Dolphins.
I don't know what's when we get talked about the AFC North and the NFC North. I don't know exactly who I'm going to go for winning the division. I mean, it makes sense to say Detroit, but everyone else got better. Green Bay doesn't have any glaring weaknesses. The Bears got so much better on offense, and they're great at defense. I don't know who wins that division. And then in the AFC North, who the knows? Who knows what's going to happen? All of them are good. They're all good. When in doubt, go with the Ravens. When in doubt, go with the Ravens.
Yeah, I think after last year, you got to just go with the Ravens. I mean, they got freaking Derrick Henry now.
Exactly.
Lord help me. They got Derrick Henry now. So they should definitely be able to run the ball. But I still think it'll be close, though. Don't count the other teams out.
No, I think
you said, with the NFC
all by game. It's probably going to be like my fifth division.
I think you have to just roll with Detroit just because, I mean, I think it was the first time where they had expectations. Like last year, there was like, the Lions have to run away with it, and they actually did it. So until another team shows they can compete with them.
I think Green Bay could beat them, and Chicago even the game that they won, they almost lost.
I think you have the potential, like you have especially on defense, you can compete with them. But I just think having a rookie quarterback, you're going to have some stumbles.
I feel the same way. I
think you'll be competitive and you'll be in games. But
I think we split the season. We split with them.
I
think Green Bay also splits with them, but I think we split with Minnesota as soon as Green Bay, but Minnesota gets destroyed by Detroit, and that's going to be the difference. Detroit's going to be able to,
Yeah, I think the Bears are about 2 to 3 years away, maybe 2. Like going into next year, I think
going into next year we're going to have I think we could possibly make the playoffs. Win 10
I think
games.
Next year you'll compete like even more and be in the playoffs / division picture, and then 3 years you will be competing for the division.
I think this coming up season we'll be right there. We won 7 games. We won 7 games last year. I think we're going to win 9 this year, which is probably just competing for the playoffs, but maybe not making it. And then the next year, I think with all the draft picks we got even next year, I think we win 11 games. The question is, how good is this year? We'll see. I think Washington's going to be really good. I think it's going to surprise the hell out of you.
You already said if we got Jaden Daniels, we win 9 games, and I'm like,
I'm telling you, I think both of our teams are going to win 9 games, and we're going to look back at this draft and say, wow, they did well. And then you're going to see Martin's team win 9 games and win the division. We're going to be like, wow, you guys did the least with the most.
Hey, I just want to say to everyone who copied me, it's okay. Because I said it on draft day when the little bit I was on, and they drafted Michael Penix. I said, everyone's like, what are they doing? And I was like, Cousins during the day, Michael Penix in the prime time. Everywhere. Even Braden sent it to me it was like, man, you were onto something. I was like, God, I should have made it right then and there. Viral.
Couldn't because your internet.
That's true. My internet was down. But I was like, I said it, and then it was everywhere. Like 2 days later, I'm like, I can't get away from this meme now. But I thought it was hilarious.
So OBJ would be there because Florida is stay free, tax free.
That and apparently him and Ramsey over here posting videos of them in their Rams ring saying, "Let's roll it back."
Exactly.
And I'm like, I don't know. You guys were a lot younger back then.
Exactly. That's when your cars were new. Now,
although OBJ didn't have a tire then either. He blew his knee in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's just him. He's always heard. Why pick Dolphins over the Chiefs? Who said Dolphins over the Chiefs?
Yeah, said anything about the Dolphins over the Chiefs?
No. Oh, he means why did OBJ pick the Dolphins over the Chiefs? I don't think.
Money.
Well, I think that the Chiefs didn't want him. I don't think the Chiefs wanted him.
The Chiefs even really offered him.
Because Rasheed, with you now have Hollywood Brown, with your draft pick, with Xavier Worthy.
Guy Moore's still there.
Rasheed Rice will be back probably week 9. I don't know if you have enough room for OBJ. I think so. Mark, you taking over this year in wins?
I don't know.
Taking the over, huh?
I don't know. It depends. What is it? If it's lower than
6.5,
it's 6.5. Yeah, I take the over on that.
I think so. I think you guys have it, especially because I think Dallas is tanking.
Oh, it seems that way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So rumor has OBJ had a deal with the Chiefs and Bills, but he chose the Dolphins.
Chiefs and Bills? That's weird. This guy's like, Mahomes, Josh Allen. I'm gonna go Tua.
He does get the ball to you though. The OBJ.
Tua will be able to wear his little padded helmet all year though. He should be good.
I know that's be very weird. I'm like, what? Why is your head so like
lineman, defensive lineman just with their? I'll be like, someone put big head mode on him, man.
Yeah, OBJ lost all his Rams money by getting into Bitcoin. Ooh.
That's probably not too wrong. So, all right.
So Bears 8.5, Washington 6.5. I'm going to over on both.
I'm gonna go under on the Bears.
I mean, if they've won 7.
And by under, I'm not saying 4 or 5. I'm saying they probably get 8.
They won 7 with Justin Fields and had 3 games that they should have won. That was 10. So with the increase in defense, and all the offense that they
feel white.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right there.
And Greener not been in the league yet.
I think that they have.
So I'm
shooting wide receivers.
I think they get 8, and because it's 8.5, I was like, with my luck, they'll get 8. Go into the last week and then lose, and I'll be like, damn it, it's all my money.
I think the Bears go 9 and 8. That's why I think 8.5 makes 100%.
I want to believe we'll get higher than 6.5, but I still feel like I don't know who's getting to the quarterback on my team.
I don't know. Johnny Newton just is pretty good at it. He's not an unbelievable athlete, but he's pretty good at it. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I know Mark got to get out of here. So we are going to end the show right there. I cannot wait to talk to you about all this stuff on Tuesday. Chicago has a lot of things going on, and we are nuts over here. And I'll tell you how we get to those 9 wins, specifically who the teams we're going to beat. And then Mark will tell you if he disagrees with me. So we'll see.
Not Green Bay.
Hey, no. Montez Sweat already told you. We ain't losing to Green Bay. He don't care if he got to go shoot somebody.
Probably the same guy who was like, we ain't losing to Dallas. And I can't remember last time we beat Dallas. So.
Well, that's only because you guys had the other 2. You had the Chase problem. It's addition by subtraction. You should have just subtracted Chase and kept Sweat, and you guys would be real, real good then. But to be fair, I said that while he was on your team.
It should have. We did have addition by subtraction. He didn't play.
That's so I need to wait till next year. Last time I picked the over for Washington, I lost money. It was 6.5 last year too.
Oh, you really lost money.
Yeah, well, I told you guys that.
He's sitting there and he's like, "Oh, we're 4 and 5. I got this easy money." And then we didn't win a single game after
It's
that.
like 9 weeks later.
You're
Damn
like, you literally got to be like, are you for real right now? We were 4-5, and I just needed 3 wins in the last 8, 9 games. I couldn't get them.
8 games, and it couldn't get nothing. That's crazy.
That's
all right.
hilarious.
Well, we'll see you guys on Tuesday and Wednesday on Dynasty Pylon, and then we'll see you next Sunday. At least it'll be me, Mark. Maybe we'll have Martin. I doubt we have another special appearance, but at least we'll have some fun. We'll talk to you guys about all these things, and hopefully we'll have a schedule to break down. So,
That'd be nice.
guys, thank you all for being here and being in the chat. And Mark, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, guys.
Yep.
See you next week.
See you later, guys. Yep.